Hi, welcome to another edition of Underwear News Briefs, the podcast. This is Tim, the editor-in-chief, with you again. And on today's podcast, we have Marcus from Bend the Rules, which is a company you may or may not be familiar with. They do boxer briefs, and they are pretty comfortable from what I understand. So before we get into the podcast, let me do a few news items. This week we had some little issues with the site. It was down for a couple hours, and we've had some residual issues I've been dealing with. So hopefully it should be back up and running. So this podcast was supposed to come out much earlier, but since I've had to deal with tech issues, which are always a pain in the butt, that's what I've been doing this week. So I'm finally getting it out to you. I apologize for the lateness of the podcast, but it could not be avoided this time. So without any further ado, here is Marcus from Bend the Rules. And we're welcome to the podcast, Marcus from Bend the Rules. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Tim. Pleasure to be here.
It's good to have you. You have a pretty cool company. I was looking it up the other day. And can you tell us what got you into the underwear business?
Well, Tim, I think it was actually just sheer frustration, actually. I started 4 years ago, and just not being able to find what I wanted. And I'm a trainer for many years. I've been athletic and always into fitness, so I'm particular about what I put on, and it's got to function and perform as well. And I just couldn't find what I was looking for, so I decided to create my own.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's important to get underwear that fits well, or it'll drive you crazy all day. I've had bad fitting underwear before, and you just either take it off or suffer, one or the other.
That's it, Tim.
So tell us a little bit more about your company. What do you offer right now? What is your bestseller?
Well, I originally I created boxer briefs. And my mission was to create the best, and I wanted luxury boxer briefs. I think I was probably inspired from living in Beverly Hills for the last 16 years. I'm just a block away from the center of Rodeo Drive, and I'm around luxury all the time, and I guess it influenced me a lot more than I thought. And so I wanted the material to be a luxurious hand. And actually, when I was designing the boxer briefs, many times I got the fit right, and then I was frustrated with the fabric. Mm-hmm. And so I spent over a year just perfecting the fabric. And when I was trying on other underwear in the first place, that drove me to start my own company. I would kind of find a pair that would fit good, but then by the end of the day, they would sag out and they wouldn't be good.
Exactly. That's my.
So the end result is I ended up with a fabric called I used Tencel, a special blend I created. Tencel is actually derived from eucalyptus trees. Oh,
cool.
And it's a very luxurious hand when you finish it right. And through trial and error, I have finished my fabric right. But it holds up, very durable. It'll actually outlast underwear by 3 times. So my price points are high, but you know what? It'll outlast them. For every 1 pair of Bend the Rules that you buy, you have to buy 3 of any other brand. So
that's cool. It's always good to have good underwear, and I've noted you're like one of the many that are using different things instead of like just plain cotton for underwear. A couple other companies using different fabrics that I think is really cool, and I'm hoping it's going to catch on more and more.
Yeah, I think fabric is probably the biggest part of it, and then fit of course.
Yep, that's very true. So you said you produce boxer briefs. Are you planning other types of underwear as well, or are you just going to stick with boxer briefs for right now?
right now we produce boxer briefs that we just came out with a trunk short.
Oh, cool.
And you can find those online as well. And we have some new items coming out. It's more changes in colors, adding graphics.
Mm-hmm.
With Bend the Rules, I don't create entirely new lines. What I do is create pieces.
Okay.
And I add them to my line, and anything that I want to take away from the line, I just take away. But usually, unless I really have a certain theme, like our urban line, we created Urban Assault and Urban Crusade. That I did start an entirely new line, but now with that I'll add pieces as well.
Okay.
Usually I just add pieces.
Very cool. That's a new way of doing it. Not many other companies are doing it that way, so that's pretty cool. I'm sure that.
Yeah. Well, my line consists of timeless classics.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing trendy. I believe in style versus fashion.
And that'll help with your customers too. They'll keep up the consistency instead of worrying about something new coming out and their favorite going away. So that's very cool. Exactly. Because I know other underwear companies will come out with a new line and discontinue others, and if it's your favorite, you're not able to get it anymore. So I've experienced that a few times. So it's always frustrating.
Yes, it is. But we will also be having limited edition pieces.
Oh, cool. That's always
look for those more towards the holidays.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I haven't seen, at least this year, many limited edition yet. But like I said, they usually come out around Christmas and Thanksgiving, and there are a couple of designers that do it, but not too many right now. So I was looking through your site, and you have quite a few famous people actually wearing your underwear. And
yeah, that was, I guess, one of the benefits of being in Beverly Hills for so long. Developed a lot of good connections there.
So who are some of the people that like your underwear?
Gosh, I have a wide array of different celebrities. I have Charlie Sheen, Ryan Seacrest, Bruce Willis, James Franco, Burt Reynolds, and Jordan Bratman, Christina Aguilera's husband.
Okay.
She actually initially bought them for her husband, but ended up ordering more for herself and her husband because the fabric, she just loves the fabric, and it's very soft and comfortable. And
very
so
cool.
She's a fan as well. So yes, a lot of women actually wear them as well.
Cool. Yeah, I was really impressed with who was on if you go to your website, you'll see the page of who wears it. So I was really impressed with everyone who wears it.
Well, Charlie, actually, I'll tell you a little story on Charlie. He's been wearing them now it's been pretty much since the time I started. I gave him a pair through Denise at that time, and he had been wearing them for several weeks, and then I went to the set of 2.5 Men where I was going to meet him, and I met him there, and in between takes on the show, he had come over. He was kind of looking for me. He didn't know quite where to find me. We hadn't met at that time. I went up to him and I said, "Hey, Charlie, I heard you love my underwear." And it was just kind of funny because he just gives me this look and he says, "Oh, yeah, Marcus?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, I just love them." And then he proceeded to tell me how he wore Versace for 6 years. And I said, "Well, great." He goes, "But now," he goes, "I converted over to Bend the Rules."
Nice.
So I'm wearing them ever since. He has over 100 pair now.
Wow. That's a lot of underwear.
Yeah, I think he wears them, signs them, and then sells them on eBay. No, I'm just, but I don't think he needs money that bad.
That's true. That show's doing pretty good. So, and I think he's the highest.
You know, I have to say, ever since that was the first time I watched his show, it's actually being there to meet him, and that show is hilarious. I became a fan of his show, and he's a fan of my underwear, so it works out great.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Anybody who hasn't seen 2.5 Men, you have to watch it.
I enjoy it, and he, I think now he's the highest paid person on television.
I think you're right.
Because it was William Peterson from CSI, and now that he's gone, I think it's Charlie Sheen. But that's a funny show, so I agree. If you have not seen it, definitely go watch it. Pick up the DVDs or something, because it just cracks me up. So you said... Let me see, I had my questions I just now lost. So you said you have some limited editions coming out? What's that?
Tim, I also want to add that the 2010 calendar for the Chippendales, where Ben the Rules is the exclusive underwear for that calendar, and
cool.
the guys just love the underwear. So, we're on the cover, and there's 5 guys. 2 of the guys are standing there in the Ben the Rules suites, and throughout the calendar, you'll find it on several guys.
Nice.
So pick up the 2010 Chippendales calendar.
I was about to say, it's either probably out or just about to come out.
It was released in this last month here.
Okay, yeah, because usually I think most calendars come out in July, August. So definitely we'll be on the lookout for that, and I'll try to tell our readers where they can go buy it as well. So I'll look that up in the next couple days and post that on the site. So look for that. And you said your limited edition will be at around Christmas?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, definitely for this coming holiday season. And where did this year go so far? Because Christmas is coming up quick.
Exactly. Like I told you a minute ago, we started the site back in October, and it doesn't seem like it's been almost a year. So I'm like, where has this year gone?
Yeah.
So, cool. That is all the questions I had for you today. And I thank you for coming on the podcast.
It's my pleasure. And I hope to do another one with you in the future.
Definitely. If you want to tell the people where they can find your underwear, what the website address is.
Yes, please go to bendtherules.com.
Well, thank you.
Bendtherules.com.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us.
Bye, Tim, and we'll talk.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. We have a lot more in the works as usual, so we're just trying to nail down schedules and get all that fun stuff done. So we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll listen to many more to come. And before we go, we have a bit of housekeeping. We've started an advice column. Greg on our site has graciously started it. And you can send in your questions about underwear, if it's what is different kind of underwear, what is the best underwear to wear running or working out or on a date, or any underwear question, really, just send it over. You can either send it to the regular email address and we'll get it over to him, which is info@underwearnewsbriefs.com, or you can send it directly to him at greg@underwearnewsbriefs.com. So that should be debuting here in the next week or so. And it'll be a weekly column, so make sure you send in your questions. So have a great one, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.